Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the ghost of Mozart. Even though they all say that they're real, I know that most aren't. Boy, you think you're clever, don't you? Girl, you think you're so smart. Come with me to another side in a world so cold and so dark.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Noob Saibot, the Universal Gamer, and I'm here to give you guys my Universal Gamer update number 23. Now, as you can see, I'm inside a different location. I'm inside my office right now. I don't feel like setting up anything inside the living room right now because I just feel lazy. You know, it's one of my lazy days, and it just had to fall on my Universal Gamer update day that I start recording. So, you know, I'm just inside my office, just chilling or whatever. And with that said, we're gonna start off with the segment we always start off with, this top 5 games for the upcoming week. First game we got up is Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Comes out on the 20th for Nintendo Wii. I've been hearing little iffy things about that game. It's like that's where Zelda's starting to fall off the cliff. You know, Link is starting to, you know, I don't know. I think it got something to do with the Wii. You know, I heard a lot of people saying, well, the graphics of that game, it looks better than, you know, a couple of other than the other Zelda game on the Wii, but you can tell that it's starting to look old and stuff like that. They need to step it up, you know. I think they should have saved that game for the Wii U, you know, my opinion, you know. But yeah, I've been hearing some iffy things about it, for our story, as far as, you know, some things are cool, but I don't know. I don't got a Wii right now anymore. I had a Wii a little while back, but I need to get another Wii. Trying to wait till they come out with like a Zelda edition of a Wii or something. I'll buy that. But anyways, number 2, we got Minecraft for the 18th. I mean, on the 18th for the PC. You know, I could have sworn that Minecraft had been out for like a year already, a year or so. But I guess from what I was told by a couple of people, that was like the demo version, not the demo version, but the beta version or something like that. I don't know. I'm just confused about Minecraft and all that. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm glad I haven't, because I guess now the actual Minecraft, how the way they're gonna, I don't know. I guess the real one is coming out, so I'll be getting that. Number 3, WWE 2012 comes out on the 22nd for the Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii, and probably for another couple of other platforms as well. But you know, those are the main platforms. And I haven't played a wrestling game in a long time. My favorite wrestling game still to this date is, what was that game called? WrestleMania X8. That's my favorite one. WrestleMania 18 or whatever on the GameCube. I don't know. That's just the one I had the most fun with. That's not the best one thus far, but that's the one I had the most fun with as far as playing wrestling games and stuff like that. Next up, number 4, Serious Sam 3. I need to finish the one on Xbox Live Arcade. I didn't finish that one yet, but Serious Sam 3, you know, on the 22nd for the PC and 360. Fast-paced, little fun game, you know, shooting little creatures, monsters, and zombies, and all kind of crazy mayhem going on with all kind of different weapons and stuff like that. Last but not least, Corpse Party on the 22nd for the PSP. Okay, on to my next segment, and that is gaming news. Now, there has been a problem with Xbox Live for the past week. I think it's fixed by now, by the time this update is up. But there has been a couple of problems sometimes when receiving messages from your friends and game invites and stuff like that. First, I experienced it, and I thought it was just me, and then a couple of other friends experienced it, and then I noticed that it wasn't just me, and some people sent me messages saying, are you having the same issues that I'm having and stuff like that. So, I don't know what's going on. Maybe Microsoft is getting hacked. Hey, who knows? But hopefully not. But I have said that they deserve to get their ass hacked from the stuff they've been doing to us, and to us, and us as the consumers, giving them money, but they want to sit there and try and find ways to get more money. You know, it's like, if you read the book about how the dog seen its reflection in the water with the meat inside his mouth, he already had food in his mouth. You're not noticing he's seeing his own reflection, tried to grab the meat out the water, which is a reflection of itself. And he end up dropping his own food inside the water, and you leave with nothing. So that's what's going to happen, Microsoft. Keep on doing stupid shit. Seriously. Okay, so that concludes my gaming news segment. And we're going to move it on to the top 5 of the week. Haven't did this in a long time. You know, the top 5 of the week. Some people liked this. Some people thought it was okay. Basically, is where I take top 5 anything. Top 5 games that I like, or top 5, you know, most shocking moments in gaming and stuff like that. Just any top 5 anything. And this week I got the top 5 games that I enjoyed this year so far, and why. And first up, I got Gears 3. It's not inside any in particular order, because if it was, one of these games would be inside number 1. But Gears 3. The reason why that's one of the best games I played this year. It's because it's better than all the other Gears. You know, I don't care about what you Gears of War fans say. Well, Gears of War 1, I was able to do certain things with the shotgun, and now I can't do it in Gears 3. So what? Gears 3, very good step up from the other Gears. Gears 2 stepped up so much from Gears 1, and Gears 3 then did it again. You know, it plays more smoother, it plays more better, it's more fun, more intuitive, more better to get into, and more dynamic, and more, you know, even if people do run around with shotguns 24/7, there's a lot of different weapons now inside Gears of War 3 that will stop those people from playing with the shotgun 24/7, and it forces them, not really forces them, but make them want to play with other weapons, because the other weapons are so much better and so much more variety and, you know, diverse. The next game, Modern Warfare 3. Been having fun with that. I'm not ranked 75 and 80 like everybody else. You know, I have other games to play. I'm not going to say that because that's kind of rude. But, you know, I have other things to do. And then when I do get on games, you know, hey, I play a little bit of that. I play about 3 or 4 hours of that. I don't do like 8-hour sessions no more because I just be playing other stuff. Skyrim is out. I mean, come on, I still got Battlefield 3. Other games I'm playing around with and stuff on PC or, you know, on the PS3 and stuff like that. So I don't just play one game all the time. I miss those days where I didn't have money to have, like, to be playing 5 games and stuff at a time. But, you know, I've been having fun with Modern Warfare 3. Pretty good game. Great game. Hella fun. Kill Confirmed, one of my favorite game modes in Call of Duty franchise so far, except Sticks and Stones. I mastered that game mode. And, yeah. Number 3, Skyrim, you know. Speaking of, here's the strategy guide. I'm not going to be using this. I only looked inside this one time just to see how it looks, and to take that big ass map that's right there out of it. You know, it's more than an inch thick. You know, this bad boy is huge. You know, and you know, it's just cool to have this. You know, for games like an Elder Scrolls game, like an adventure game, or like GTA game, it's cool like to have a strategy guide to find little hidden items once you beat the game. All right, so the next game, Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D for the 3DS. Had a lot of fun with that game this year. Surprisingly, I only got 70% of the way through that game when I first originally played the original game. But now I beat the game on the 3DS and played a little bit of it on a hard version or whatever, the mirrored version of the game where it has tougher enemies and stuff. And last but not least, Dead Space 2. Almost forgot that game came out this year. I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, did Dead Space 2 come out this year? Yes, it did. It came out this year, and one of my favorite games I played this year so far. So that's my top 5 games of the games I played this year that I enjoyed so much this year. And give me you guys top 5 games you played this year and that you enjoy out of all the games you picked up this year so far. So the last segment I want to get to inside this Universal Gamer update is Gaming Rant. And inside this Gaming Rant segment, we're going to talk about the overlooked gaming software and hardware that's been overlooked by developers and consumers, but mostly developers. I say 50-50, overlooked by developers and consumers, because sometimes there's a lot of good gaming software that doesn't really sell, but it's a great game. Sometimes it's some gaming hardware that don't really sell, but it's some good ass hardware. So I'm going to touch on a few things I got listed right here. The first thing up is the Nintendo 3DS online play and leaderboards. Why the fuck is there only one game, which is Street Fighter 4? Correct me if I'm wrong. Probably by now there's more. Why is that the only one game where that's the only online play game for the Nintendo 3DS? Tell me why. No leaderboards on like games like the Resident Evil Mercenaries. You guys already tried to rip us off by making us buy a new game in order to keep our, because there's only one save game file that you can't delete. But no leaderboards. How hard is it to make an online leaderboard? Just explain that to me. I know it's some stuff take work that it don't seem like it takes work, but how hard is it to make an online leaderboard? I mean, this stuff should have been out. You know, it's almost coming up on the 3DS 1 year mark. So in like a few months, 4 months. You know, so this is BS. You know, not that many online play games, no leaderboards in games that should have leaderboards like racing games, the Resident Evil. That's a no-brainer right there. So that's been overlooked like a motherfucker, you know. Next up, the PlayStation Move has been overlooked by consumers and developers, and developers are not taking flight on that. The only thing they're doing is this little motion shit where you get attach it to a gun and shoot. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but there's more you can do with the PlayStation Move. The reason why it's overlooked by consumers because a lot of people are making fun of how it looks, not noticing that if you're making fun of how it looks and the ball that's on top, you're making fun of yourself because you're so damn stupid, not realizing that it's the best motion capture gaming, the best motion gaming out of all three consoles. Even though Nintendo came up with it first, motion capture is always going to be a sensor-based motion movement. You know, the Nintendo Wii picks up motion using a sensor. Even with the Wii Motion Plus, the PlayStation Move controller is still 5 times better than the Wii Motion Plus, and I'm gonna explain if I got time. But motion capture is always gonna be better than a sensor. Wii uses a sensor to capture your movement, or the movement of the controller. Don't capture your movement. The Kinect detects your body, you know, within a certain area and stuff like that, and detects your movement. But who wants to sit there and be like, bam, 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 shooting a gun? That's retarded. It's not retarded for kids, so it's cool for kids and it's cool for dancing games, but other than that, no. The PlayStation Move uses a motion capture type element, and if you look at motion capture and the way certain stuff is made, like, you know, Avatar the movie, they use a lot of different cameras and motion capture balls on people's body and stuff, and they create a 3D image. The reason why the ball lights up for the PlayStation Move is because they know that people are not going to play all the time in a well-lit room. They're going to play in a dark time, so the ball lights up. And also it adds a gameplay element depending on what game you're playing. You can make a potion where, you know, you can make a Zelda ripoff, which I hope they do. They like sorcery. That look like a Zelda ripoff, and I don't mind that, you know, because I know Nintendo is not going to make motion capture like that and stuff, or motion controls like that, so I don't really mind. So that's why it's been overlooked. You know, a lot of people just think it's goofy, and developers are not taking flight on it and making some good-ass games for it. And last but not least, the last thing I want to talk about that's been overlooked, another hardware, is the PSP. Why the hell is there no games for the PSP? Well, Noob Saibot, there's a lot of games that have been coming out for the PSP. No, I'm talking about games that everybody wants to play, or games that, you know, the games that have been coming out is only targeted towards a handful of audience that will play those games. I mean, with all these other games out, I'm not going to play those damn games. I mean, those games don't really tickle my fancy. And I didn't pick up a PSP until like after 7 years. How long the PSP been out? 7 years. By the time I got a PSP, or actually got a PSP that I decided to play and keep and enjoy for a long time, is around the time when it's already 6 years old, and then it's around the time where all the good games started coming out, like God of War. That should have been on the PSP. Metal Gear, that should have been on the PSP instead of Metal Gear Acid, which I haven't tried it yet, so I'm not gonna say anything, but it looks kind of iffy. So that said, that concludes my Universal Gamer update for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be looking out, coming up very soon, when I be announcing the questions and stuff like that you guys will have to answer to win inside my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. So with that said, it's been your boy Noob Saibot, the Universal Gamer. Bam, and I'm out of here. Bam.